Hi, I'm Lovely, and today I'm going to review Torchwood Among Us Episode 10, Doomscroll by Ash Darby. Another Ash Darby episode. Okay, let's see the description. Um, Something is killing influencers, and Torchwood have to save them. Mr. Colchester discovers a whole new world, and he doesn't like it one bit. Don't forget to like and subscribe. God damn it. I'm excited for this one, but this one has potential to be, I think, possibly not that funny, but we'll have to see. I just finished editing the last video because after I watched the episode last night, I passed out, so I did that now, and I had some time. So yeah, do I have any predictions or thoughts? Gonna be real? Not really. I guess I'll say this after last episode. I really love the antagonists, and I'm just excited to get more of them. Yeah, let's just jump into the episode, and I'll tell you how I feel. I'll see you in a second. Okay, I just finished listening to Doomscroll by Ash Darby, and it was really good. God damn. It was a nice one. I think I said before that, I was a little worried of it possibly being bad just because it is about influencers. I'll give myself a little hater point because this is pretty good. This is a pretty good episode. Ash Darby has yet to fail. Honestly, I want to look back at what episodes they did before because they're a name that has really stuck with me now that I know they've done the Tyler episode and then the first episode of Series 7. But yeah, what are my thoughts on this one? It's really good. There really isn't much to say about this one is an easy ride. It's not confusing. I think you know where it's going almost immediately. But no, this one, I think the main takeaway from this one is the stuff with Tyler. And not gonna lie, it felt kind of odd that we kind of had a little story going on, if that makes sense, with Tyler. During the episode, I'm like, is this the future pain stuff? Because they talked about how he was gonna find love, and it was gonna go bad. And that's exactly what happens this episode. I believe it's future pain. And I think they confirm it in the episode where Tyler talked about, someone did tell me this would happen, and I believe it is future pain. I'm gonna be real, I never thought they would reference it. I thought of course it makes sense that they would, but then it never happened in Series 6. So I'm like, okay, I guess it's just for the future, it doesn't necessarily matter. But no, we finally got to see it happen, and it was pretty satisfying. We're going to go through my notes, which I appropriately took on my phone during the episode. So first, your flat smells from ore, which I thought was very funny. Ore is just gold. And I've noticed that they might not be saying a lot of important stuff lately, like they aren't saying much, but they're just enjoyable, you know? Goddamn, in that first scene with the influencer talking, the one that died at the beginning, they used a lot of influencer words or just cute language, which was hard to listen to in a good way. Oh, we have to get some chalky milk, put it here, just cute stuff like that. And my lord, was that a thing? Or tried to be a tree once, but the leaves were kind of hard to do. That's very funny. Something that Colchester said about the influencer he was trying to save was that relaxing looks exhausting for you guys, and that was a really good line. There's a lot of good lines in this episode. I wrote it down a few times during my notes, but the idea of dead people being more efficient when it comes to ads and stuff like that is kind of scary. Kinda is putting it soft. That's very scary. Using deep fakes and stuff like that, again, very appropriate for the times. I didn't even think about them mentioning deep fakes, but it makes perfect sense. It's goddamn, it's fucked up that somebody is dead, but it is more useful for the algorithm or whatever the hell's going on, you know? Goddamn. At one point they used the music from, I think, last episode, which was kind of nice. It was for one of the ads one of the dead people were doing. They did use music, and I believe it was the same from last episode, and I just wanted to make note of that. This one was a funny line from, I believe, Aang, is everybody's on their phone. Obviously the app was being the issue, but she was like, some aliens have to go through the effort of invading. But of course, with phones, the storyline is always the same with phones. We're kind of inviting it in, you know? It took a little bit to get to the doom scrolling part, enough so that I just forgot that this was about doom scrolling. But it didn't make sense. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to target these influencers. If they're not doing well, I'm going to target with this. I think that's what it was, right? Sorry if I misunderstood anything. It usually I like to record the reviews immediately after, but I had to do something, so this is a little bit later after listening to the episode. But no, they would kill the influencers with doom scrolling, which I've definitely doom scrolled before, and it's like, goddamn, fuck. And I like listening to the interviews of people talking about doom scrolling. That stuff was funny. Not funny. Sorry, I'm looking at some of my other notes, but no, that was it was nice seeing that other people would do it, and doom scrolling is very much a thing. At one point, I almost call what was I gonna call him? I was gonna call him Sliter. Tyler slaps Chris, and he's like to snap him out of it, and then he was like, "Does that actually work?" And it seemed to have worked. What was going on though? I think I missed something because there was the point where he asked, "Did you just slap me?" I believe Chris asked Tyler that twice, and Tyler said no both times. But then they started to flirt about it. I think I missed I don't know why he was like, "No, I didn't slap you." Did I miss something there? Well, not did I. I did miss something, but if anybody wants to explain that to me, go for it. Again, these reviews are very first impression. I'm not going to remember everything. I've only listened to the episode once, and the more in-depth reviews, where I still might misunderstand stuff, comes way later. They were talking about kids with cancer, and they were still kissing and flirting. At one point, I thought they kind of did, where it was like, man, these shorts are really easy to take off, and it's like, yeah, that's the point. They were like flirting through their sponsorships, and saying dying kids before they eventually went into it. 1 second. Sorry for the interruption. That was my dogs. Where was I? I think it was, yeah, no, they were there. Torchwood's funny, and it's also really weird. But them flirting when they're talking about dying kids is a funny thing. There's one point where someone, I believe, is it a hotel or something else? It's some kind of like vacation place. And someone mistook that influencer with Colchester as his wife or mistress, and his reaction to that was funny. He's got a good voice. They do a lot of jokes with it in that body swap episode where Jack and Colchester switch bodies. He's got a good voice, and I like the self-awareness with it. After that woman died, he's like, should we take her phone because she died holding her phone? And Colchester's like, don't. She'd be furious. Which is a funny line, but that death was actually really sad. I don't know. There's something about this one that's it's kind of just like, it's a depressing episode. It really is. There is a point. Also, before I go to my next thing, I'm just looking at my notes still. Or was not reading people through the screen, and that was such an interesting thing to work with, and I really liked it. I kind of like that they can do pretty much anything with Or's powers. Just in general, but also after the encounter with God, last series, I'm really liking what they're doing with Or, and they can pretty much do whatever they want. There was a point where Aang and I believe Or were talking to like someone, and the person there realized that, oh, I'm not real, and it kind of reminded me of that Matt Smith episode. I think it's series 7 episodes. I want to go 8. It's the first episode with Clara, where it's like people are getting trapped inside the Wi-Fi or whatever the hell, and it's like, I don't know where I am. It reminded me of that a little bit. Which I thought was kind of nice. We have a Kardashian reference from Colchester, of all people. Though I do think it was possibly Code, I'm not sure. But I was not expecting a Kardashian reference, but it was funny. We had Chris live tweeting him and Tyler having sex. Which, that's hilarious. That's really hilarious. And yeah, I mentioned it at the beginning. I kind of went out of order, but Tyler loved Chris, and I'm like, I wonder if it felt odd for anybody else that there was some personal story happening inside the episodes, because I don't think that's the case with the other ones. Like in terms of this, where it's like, oh, someone's actually picking a side and we're going against them. Like Tyler does not want to use Chris, though. If we want to save the world, we have to use Chris. Um, have to is kind of a strong word, but I think with what was going on, they kind of had to. I'm not sure. I'm not too passionate about them, like having to do it, but I get what they mean. Um, but no, I was on the side of like, no, I don't want to use this guy, but I get it. It was pretty good, but it felt very different, and a little odd, a little different from the other stories we've had. I like the way also Tyler used the word yeeted, which I was not ready for. Out of everyone, it makes sense that it's him, but like, goddamn, I want to see Owen or Yanto use the word yeeted, and and how just like kind of weird that would be. This was a good way of putting it, which was very scary and very sad. But the world of fake people buying fake things, and being more efficient, and it's like that is very scary and gross. And this was a really good, again, really good episode, really good like premise. It was fucking terrifying. Um, when they were having the argument between Tyler and Chris, it was a really good argument. They acted it out pretty well, and I like that we're just arguing about picking up the phone or looking at the phone. And we have that intense music that they like to use. Again, really good music. I'm glad they keep using it. And it was a really good argument. I like the reason that Tyler does not pick up his phone, because he's like, no, I just told this guy not to use his phone, and now I'm getting a call. I'm not going to pick it up. But it was people trying to fucking save him. And that part was really good. Chris is dead. When Chris died, they're like, yeah, I'm going to give this a 1 star. Because I died. Which was really funny. And we're near the end of my notes. Again, I talked about the future pain stuff, which I believe this is future pain again. Tyler has a lot of stuff with love. He has a lot and a little at the same time. Like, it's his thing, but if you think about it, we really haven't had too much. But no, this was a very appropriate story for Tyler. When they at the end they said ordinary people living ordinary lives, at least for me, I felt like we all knew that was where it was gonna go. Like they say it a bunch throughout the episodes, and while listening, it's like, okay, they're gonna say it at the end of this, and it's gonna mean something. It had no effect on me. It didn't mean anything deep. It was flat for me. Personally, nothing really negative. It was just flat. So yeah, that's that's really where the end of my notes are. Overall, this episode is fantastic, and we only have 2 episodes left. Holy shit. Goddamn. I am excited. I really am. So, yeah, overall, this episode is really good. I'm gonna be real, I don't know how they're gonna top last episode for me for these final 4 episodes, but that one seems, I think, prediction, that's gonna be my favorite so far. But I'm lovely. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the future for the final 2 reviews of this season, of this series. Goodbye.